name is Vivian Houghton. I'm from Wilmington, Delaware. Delaware is the second smallest state in the United States. I have been on this trip for 2 weeks, and I have never, ever in all my travels met a friendlier, more affable group of people than the Iranians. They absolutely couldn't do enough for you, and they were so proud of their country, and the pride showed. But it was very clear to me that they wanted a relationship. They wanted to know more about us. We wanted to know more about them. Well, they are very, very curious and wondering about us too. They seem to trust us. It's so interesting because I'm sure they've heard horrible things about Americans, just like we've heard horrible things about Iranians. And isn't it interesting that neither of us believe what our governments and our leaders have to say about either country? We found everything we wanted to know by a simple exchange, a smile, a courtesy. So it has been a fabulous 2 weeks for me, and probably the best trip I've ever taken.
And how would you like to see something like this translated into a larger level? You've expressed kind of whether it was surprise, and maybe you should say, were you surprised at how warm the reception was? How can we take this to another level in terms of relations with Iran?
Surely. My opinion is that at first I thought that they would be, because after all, we have not been very nice to the Iranians and the people. And so consequently, I was apprehensive. I was standing in line at the airport when a very young man, couldn't have been more than 20 years old, started talking to me. And when we were having this discussion, that was my baptism into, hey, these people are going to be very informative and enjoyable. And it was at the airport that any apprehension I had ended.
Well, Vivian, I appreciate your sharing this. What's the message for people when you get home?
Oh, when I get home, I intend to go on my Facebook, my website. I intend to post photographs that show fathers with babies in their arms, show families on a lawn, on a holiday, maybe 8 of them sitting around having a picnic, and I'm going to put the title under it, Iranian Family Values.
Well, that sounds great. Well, we thank you for joining the trip, and thank you for sharing with everyone. And we hope that you'll be able to share a lot of your good feelings that you've experienced here with people when you get back.
I certainly will, and I will return.